Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and I'm all gas, no breaks with it. This is your WWE Monday Night Raw, May 5th, go-home show to Backlash 2025 review. So I'm not going to lie to you. I've been dealing with wrestling fatigue since WrestleMania, and I told myself that I would take a break the week afterwards. I told myself I would do it. I haven't done it. And so what you're seeing right now is me battling fatigue, and it's starting to affect my enjoyment of the shows just a little bit. Not because the shows are bad. I thought tonight's episode overall was a really good episode. Strong episode. Great wrestling, by the way. Storylines were fresh. I thought every segment did its thing. There wasn't really a bad segment at all. Even the ones I thought were going to suck ended up being surprisingly good. Lyra Valkyria. Look, I think WWE RAW, in particular, SmackDown, but RAW is killing it. RAW on Netflix so far has been a success. In my personal opinion, quality-wise, it's been great. And I think going forward, the format they found with these shows being 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, maybe a little bit more over that, is a great way to pace the show. You don't have to worry about it going too long. If it needs to go 3 hours, it can go 3 hours. If it doesn't need to go 3 hours, they cut it off when it's done. And that's allowing me to enjoy it a lot more. Unlike SmackDown, when you know it has to go 3 hours, it's going to go 3 hours whether it needs to or not, and that actually kills the show. I hope that WWE sees how successful and how much better Raw is compared to SmackDown, and just give SmackDown that. I'm at this point where just move everything to Netflix. Move everything to the streaming services. You don't need to have SmackDown on no USA Network. Just move it all to Netflix. Get an extra 10 bill or add an extra 5 bill to that 10 bill to get SmackDown on there. Because you already know Netflix loves it. Raw on Netflix has been the #1 streaming show since its debut. #1. It's the only one they got outside of a few other things, but it's #1 regardless. So you don't think Netflix would want SmackDown? I think if you moved SmackDown to Netflix along with Raw, and you give it the same kind of freedom, you know, it can fluctuate between, all right, 2 hours this week, 2.5 hours this week. I think SmackDown would be a lot better. It's making Raw very good, honestly. Even their weaker shows, I don't end up hating because it doesn't go too long. And I noticed that this week in particular, how well the show was paced. Well, I had no choice because your boy's been dealing with wrestling fatigue and I'm fighting through it. I might take that break after Backlash. Just take that entire week off. When is WWE's next pay-per-view? The next one I think is Money in the Bank, and that is on the 8th, right? Okay, it's nice, on the 7th. The 7th. All right, yeah, that's around 3 weeks from Backlash. Oh my God, these shows are too close together. No, wait, it's not 3 weeks. No, it's 4 weeks. Oh, bet. Cool. Okay, cool. And when is Double or Nothing? That's the 25th. Oh, I can take that entire week off. Bet. That's what we'll do. I'll take the week off. I'll take my break next week. Anyways, back to this. Even when I'm dealing with wrestling fatigue, I don't feel it when I'm watching Raw. It doesn't feel like the show's dragging on too long. The wrestling matches overall are good. Nothing blow me away amazing. I thought the main event tonight was awesome. Not a match of the year candidate, but it had me on the edge of my seat. Anyone saying that Jey Uso can't have a great match, they hating. They are hating. Easily one of his best matches that I've seen him have. He has Seth Rollins, but still. But what made that match special, and this is something that we got to talk about as well. That match ended in a no contest / DQ finish. Didn't have a winner. But storyline-wise, it made sense for it not to have a winner. Because if it was going to have a winner, it was going to be Seth Rollins. Because of the way it was set up, Jey Uso was outnumbered. You had Braun Breaker out there. There was no way, if that match had to have a finish, you would have given Jey Uso that win. It was going to go to Seth Rollins. So protecting them, to protect both of them, you had CM Punk interfere, which made all the sense in the world. Since Seth Rollins Paul Heyman betrayed CM Punk because of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, it made all the sense in the world for CM Punk to come out and screw him out of the world title. So, I'm assuming we're going to get some kind of a tag match this Saturday. CM Punk, Sami Zayn versus Seth and Braun Breaker? Because at first, I thought it was going to be Seth and Sami. It's looking like Seth, Braun, Punk, Sami, Jey Uso will clearly fight Logan Paul. In case you didn't see it, Logan Paul did attack Jey Uso after the show. Once the show went off the air, they posted that on their Twitter account, WWE's Twitter account. So that's setting up their match. Look, as long as they're getting it out of the way, I don't care. I do not care. Becky Lynch, her segment with Lyra Valkyria was surprisingly good. Lyra is improving. Vast improvements on the microphone especially. I don't know who's coaching her. Maybe it is Becky. But I feel like whenever she's working with Becky, Lyra always shows her best self. I look forward to their match. I think their match is going to be killer. I know Lyra can go inside the ring. I have never had an issue with Lyra inside the ring. My problem with her has been her character. And this feud is bringing out the best in her. And if this is what we're going to get from her, I would love for Lyra to be champ. Now, we all know that Becky's taking that title because it has to be that way. If the feud is Becky versus Bayley, which is going to feed families, that has to be for the IC title. Lyra can always get it back. Lyra can always get it back. She's young. Very young. She'll be all right. But Becky should win that title, bring some prestige to it, go into that feud against Bayley for the summer. You already know Bayley's about to eat this a lot. This is the kind of feud that Bayley needs right now. She needs this feud. The kind of feud that would make fans get behind her. I think Becky could bring the best out in Bayley. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be a great feud. Loving everything they're doing so far. Penta clearly is getting embroiled in a feud with, I was going to say Los Ingobernables. No, not that one. Grande Americano, Chad Gable. The guy that's trying to be Chad Gable. Let's be real. Grande Americano. He's been studying Chad Gable. He thinks he's Chad Gable, but you're not going to be Chad Gable. Oh, thank you. Just saying. No, but clearly that's a feud getting ready to happen. That should be great. Yeah, I think they're doing very well. The women's division, you're starting to build up Julia, Roxanne Perez. Still don't know how I feel about Julia and Roxanne being a tag team. Not saying it can't work. I'm just personally saying I would rather them be singles competitors. But I'm fine with it for now. It's not like they're going to win the world title or the women's world title anytime soon. Iyo Sky just needs opponents to keep the belt on her before she drops it back to Rhea Ripley, which is what it looks like. Yeah, right now Raw is just kind of coasting along, having good matches, slowly building up their heels, slowly building up their stories. You're getting a little bit more and more and more behind what's happening with Paul Heyman and the Dangerous Alliance because I got nothing else for them. I don't have another name, so I'm going to call Seth and Braun the Dangerous Alliance. But you're getting more and more story behind why Paul Heyman turned on Roman and turned on CM Punk and what's really going on here. And I like it. So far, so good. It's slow, but it's intriguing. And right now, it's a good time to be slow. Ain't nothing happening. WrestleMania ain't until next year. SummerSlam ain't until August. You got 3 months. Take your time. Take your time. Slowly, correctly build your stories. Get people invested. Give people a reason to hate Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. and get behind whoever they're going to fight at SummerSlam. And then go from there. Go from there. But yeah, as for tonight's Raw, that was a good show. I had no issues with it. I think the review is going to be kind of straight to the point. Honestly, this was good. This was good. This was good. Because, like I said, no issues. But I'll go into detail about what I liked. Before I do get to the review, though, I do want to talk about what's going on with AAA. Because apparently there are some talents that have signed WWE contracts. One of them being, of all people, Alberto Del Rio! Yeah, he's back. Well, by default, he's the AAA World Champion, so. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that, but I got my thoughts to share about it. At least they signed El Hijo del Vikingo. Or is it just Vikingo? I think they're just going to call him Vikingo. Now, Vikingo. Oh, he's about to blow up in WWE. If they actually signed him. But we'll get to it. Someone just said that Del Rio is technically not signed by WWE. So I saw something that Sean Ross Sapp posted, but I didn't get a chance to read the entire thing. And also, he hid it behind a subscription, so I can't read it. If anyone is able to see what Sean Ross Sapp posted about AAA on Twitter or anywhere else like Facebook or whatever he's on, please come into the comment section or come into the live chat and let me know what he said. Because if he said anything about the contract situation that I don't know about, please let me know. Because I want to be accurate with what I talk about. Regardless, y'all ready to get to this review? Again, I got nothing else to really add here, except the show was good. So we'll go ahead and move things along to the preliminary stuff. We'll do the partnership. We'll do the shout outs. Get to the topic at hand with AAA, and then, of course, do the review.
Becky should beat Iyo, not Rhea. It will do more the division, and you can have Lyra beat Becky for that title at Mania.
Becky should beat Iyo, not Rhea. Nah, I think what they're doing with Becky in the mid-card division is actually better. I don't want Becky to keep going for the world title. That's just me. That's just how I feel about it. Not saying she can't. I just feel better with her in the mid-cards right now. So we'll definitely see how that turns out. Right hand cam. Raw was good. 9 out of 10. Hey. I also think it was good. But thank you once again for continuing to be a member of the channel. So if you guys don't mind, if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edits help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate after the fact. You can. Also, let me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alex Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, follow us on Discord, follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. And give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the chickest on the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on you. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi. And yes, please, get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alex guy? To join the club, get you an I'm a Just Alex guy t-shirt. High up the press. Also, get you an old school Deluxe t-shirt, get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt, and many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned, join the cause, expand the brand today, right here in Alex's World. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank the partners of today's broadcast. Dokkio. Dokkio is an AI tool that helps organize all your items into one amazing workspace, so you'll never be disorganized ever again, like me, because I am someone that likes to have a mess, and somehow that keeps me organized. An organized mess. But some of you aren't me. So you're gonna need Dokkio. Let's get a quick word from them before we get to some shout out. This broadcast is partnered by Dokkio. Look, I won't lie to you. I suck at staying organized. I've made so many thumbnails and scripts that I can't even tell you where half of them are anymore. And the worst part, I always realize I need them right in the middle of creating or editing something. I've literally had to recreate entire files from scratch because it was faster than finding the original. And that's where Dokkio comes in. Dokkio is basically an AI personal assistant that finds and collects all your files across multiple platforms, whether it's Google Drive, Dropbox, Gmail, OneDrive, you name it. And it gives you one clean, organized workspace. It doesn't just show you where your files are, it understands what they are and organizes them accordingly. In my case, it's good to have something that organizes my thumbnails, in case I need to go back to reuse them for future broadcasts. So if your digital life is a hot mess like mine, do yourself a favor. Go to trydokkio.com/Alyx. Once you see how fast and easy it is to find your stuff, you won't want to go back. So don't wait. Sign up for Dokkio and get organized today. Hello all, once again. Thank you all for choosing me. You could be anywhere here in the YouTube space. You chose to be here. I am grateful for it. So while you're here, show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shiny Sapphires are Heart, Elias Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything. Highway Dylan, a danger. Teflon Don, the Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, and of course Big MGM, because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. I see those super chats just waiting in the wings. Let me play them before I get to the actual shout outs.
Rhea and Iyo sucks on the mic or selfish can't have good feud, which is way Becky should be champ.
Wow. I mean, can we honestly say that Rhea sucks on the microphone? She's not Stone Cold or Rock or anyone else, trust me, but she's not terrible either. And Iyo, yeah, her English could be better, but she's not bad. I've heard worse. Tyler O with the $2 donation. Thank you all so much for continuing to be a part of Alyx's world. Who's here? Who we got here in the live chat? Is that the champ I see? Is that the champ is here? 3 Diglets, the Kiss Dylan, Willin Dylan, son of a gun. Woo! All gas, no brakes with it. World champ 3 Diglets is in his house. Good to have you here, sir. Uh-oh, no donation. My good friend Tyler O just donated again. My man, $2, $1, whatever you want to give me. I'm always going to appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, A&B Combos, Wrestling Edition. Talking about all gas, no brakes with it. We're talking about 2 of the best reactors here in the YouTube space. And if you're following me, but you're not following them, you ain't doing it right. Be sure you show love to A&B Combos. Interact with them. Talk with them. And when you have an opportunity to go check out their live streams, please do. They will be live for Backlash this Saturday. Right? Watch them before you watch me. I would really appreciate it. Alright, who else is here? Trey Lucado. Sean Swaby. Baby! Deontay Belladonza. That's an interesting name. Shadow Star says, I'll say this though, if Del Rio is rehabilitated, then okay, I'll give him another chance. But if not, then he should stay away from wrestling altogether. Come on, return of the Mac. Oh my God, you know that I'll be back. Here I go.
Name one good Rhea promo. Lyra was being held back so she couldn't overshadow Rhea by that loser HHH.
Wow. I mean, I feel like anytime Rhea's on the microphone, it's decent. You know, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, that one promo she did was groundbreaking. All right? Don't put that on me. Don't make me have to go back and listen to every promo that she's cut to be like, here's one. I just think that Rhea isn't that bad on the microphone. No, that's just it. Denise Salcedo, that's not the real Denise. No, it's not the real Denise, but welcome, imposter Denise Salcedo. I will still show you love. Just be sure that the real Denise Salcedo doesn't see you. Because I want you to know, no offense, I don't mind y'all coming in here with these impersonation accounts, but if you see the real one come in, I'ma have to block them. You know what I mean? So if you see the real one come in, I'm gonna need you to switch back to your real accounts, like in an instant. All right? I love you. And I appreciate you for making me a part of your day, but don't overplay your hand here.
Rock need to fired HHH.
Gregory Fuller. First off, your donations are on point tonight. Thank you so much, sir. I disagree. I don't think Triple H is really the problem here, but your donations, though. Yo, Gregory, might I invite you to compete for the International Super Chat Championship this Saturday? Because you see, currently, your champness, your goatness, Lauren Biggs is the champ. And she will be here on Saturday to defend it. If you can out-donate her, then maybe, just maybe, you yourself can be a champion. Something to think about. But no, I don't think he should fire Triple H here. That's just my thoughts. Uh-oh. Aw, guys.
Hit that like button, thumbs up.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Hey, look, A&B Combos, I appreciate y'all. Like, your support it's appreciated, trust me. It's very much appreciated. You need to get your boy 3 Kings over here. Bow to the king. All right, back to the shout-outs. Who else we got? I see Tyler O. We already said him. JJ, who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. XX Coldfire XX1. Juan Lopez. Joe Arredondo. Thank y'all for interacting with A&B Combos, by the way. Very much appreciated here. Return of the Mac. It is Return of the Mac. Come on, Return of the Mac. Oh my God, you know that I'll be back. Here I go.
Rhea is most selfish wrestler ever, Saren, and she overrated trash.
Sir, did Rhea do something to you that we don't know about? Cause you're coming in a little too hard. Just a little bit. Catherine Tega, YouTube member. Wesley Franklin. And is that who I think it is? Is that the ultimate strawberry smoothie? The ultimate strawberry smoothie. Wow. All right. Y'all, let me go ahead and just move things along here before Gregory goes really in on Rhea. Hey, Gregory, my dude, if you want to keep donating and talking trash about Rhea, I'm not going to stop you. All I'm saying is you're going to be inviting other people to donate and defend her. So, be ready. Be ready for that smoke. I'm just saying. Because Gregory Fuller is up and he wants the smoke. I'm just saying, like, Gregory, like, if you won the championship, that'd be your line right there. because Fuller is up and we want the smoke. All right. If I don't say your name, it's not because I hate you. I do want to go ahead and get to these topics. I do want to go ahead and get to this review. And I will play... do I want to turn off Super Chats? Nah. I'm going to leave Super Chats on. It's a chill night. So keep donating throughout the stream. And it'll just keep playing it. I won't stop you. I ain't here to stop this crazy train. But let's go ahead and talk about this piece of news that just came out from WWE earlier today. And that is the fact that they have signed the following AAA wrestlers to WWE contracts. Now, full transparency, I don't know the full details of these contracts. I don't know if this means...
Riffy was running WWE would fired Rhea and she only pushed because HHH took Vince knew she was a mid-carder.
Well, you know what? I'm going to let Gregory Fuller over here keep talking that mess, because maybe, just maybe, someone will donate to challenge him. Who's going to donate to challenge him? I'm just saying, like, he's getting that heel heat right now with these donations. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's great heel heat. But you go ahead and keep making these people upset, because someone's gonna donate and be like, nuh-uh. Stop talking bad about mommy. That boy said he would fire her if he was Triple H. All right, so back to this. The following wrestlers were signed to WWE from AAA. Alberto Del Rio, the world champion. Hijo del Dr. Wagner. El Hijo del Vikingo, now known as Vikingo. La Parca. Lady Flamer. Lady Maravilla. Uh-oh. We got more heel heat.
I just started watching WWE again because the true GOAT Becky returned.
Oh, and so the truth comes out. He's saying that the GOAT Becky Lynch is the one that's in charge. Okay, I ain't hating it. How you feel about Mariah May, though? How are you feeling about Mariah May? All right, let me finish this list. So, where was I? I said Alberto Del Rio. I said Vikingo. Honestly, those two are the only ones that matter. Lady Maravilla and Nino Hamburguesa. Hamburguesa. Nino Hamburguesa. Those are the people that I know about. Says here that wrestlers from AAA with no contracts from WWE would be part of the roster that will wrestle in Mexico. Very few of them could appear in joint events with NXT in the United States. Okay.
Don't really watch AEW by I Like Tony.
Oh. I mean, everybody loves Tony. Whether you watch AEW or not. Yeah, so it's looking like most of these talents will be appearing on NXT, which is what I predicted would happen. I kind of called that they were going to start merging WWE, ID, Evolve into NXT, and then also start merging AAA into it. So, you know what? As long as they keep Dario off of WWE television, it's whatever. It really is whatever. I would hate if they really did bring him back. Now, people are telling me that he's been rehabilitated, that he's a changed man, that he's not the man that physically abused Paige Saraya. I'll believe it when I see it. I still had no desire to see him. He seems like someone that had his time if they wanted to really get the most out of him, they should have done it in 2011 when they tried to push him. Remember when they brought him in and he lost the edge? And then they gave him the Money in the Bank contract and tried to push him as a champion, and then it failed because he's not that good. He's not. He's really not. He's really not that good. But again, if he's been rehabilitated, I don't care. The only ones I care about on this list are Vikingo and La Parka. La Parka is a legend. Remember La Parka from WCW? Same guy. Swinging steel chairs. That was him. But the one that they wanted to sign is Vikingo. You will see him on the main roster. I promise you. Vikingo versus, oh my God, Penta? Nah, even better. Rey Fenix and Vikingo. Oh, WrestleMania. SummerSlam. Anywhere. You know it's going to happen, right? Oh, I can't wait for it. That match is going to feed families. But how do y'all feel about AAA being integrated into NXT/WWE? And if you had to choose someone from that list to be on the main roster, who would you choose? Vikingo. That's your answer, Vikingo. Also coming to WWE, not from AAA, but from New Japan Pro Wrestling, Jeff Cobb. Shocker, right? We've heard this story before, but Fightful Select has confirmed it, that he is coming in. Says here, Fightful Select reported months ago that then New Japan Pro Wrestling talent Jeff Cobb appeared on WWE's internal roster. Despite that, Cobb had several New Japan Pro Wrestling dates remaining and finished those out. That included a tag team title run that was puzzling to many in New Japan Pro Wrestling as they knew he was finishing up. Well, they tried to sweet talk him into staying and it failed. Sorry about your damn luck. Is James Storm still wrestling? No, real talk. Is James Storm still wrestling? I haven't seen him in a dog's age. I remember when James Storm was going to come to WWE through NXT and then something got caught up in his contract or he got sick and then he left and went back to TNA. I don't know. Kind of weird. But yeah, Jeff Cobb would be a great addition. And he's 42 years old. He ain't going nowhere. He's just going to finish his career here.
Rhea hasn't lost clean since HHH took over, which BS.
I mean, when she does lose, it will be a big deal. Clean, by the way. She did lose to Iyo to get to that triple threat match. Iyo won the belt. But you're talking about her just losing straight up? Yeah, it hasn't happened in a dog's age. Probably not going to happen as long as Triple H is in charge. And I'm okay with that.
Lyra already better than Rhea.
That boy said Lyra is better than Rhea. Gregory wants the smoke tonight. Because Greg Fuller is up and he wants the smoke. Greg, come on, man. Go for one of these titles. If you can't go for the one on Saturday, go for the one at Money in the Bank. Psych. You don't want to do that.
Becky the Goat, please. Trish is the real goat. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Right hand Cam with the $20 super chat. Getting back at Gregory Fuller. Greg Fuller, see what you done did? Greg Fuller? You got right hand Cam to drop a fat 20 to tell you to shut your mouth. The GOAT is Trish Stratus with that Stratus fiction. I love it. And I hit him with that. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. I love it. All right, so I'm going to let Greg Fuller continue to build that heat and get these donations in. Because, you know, I love it. I think it's fun. Hey, we can do this all night. I'm cool with it.
HHH made WWE unwatch no promo shit storyline just work great.
Yo, sir. No promo shit storyline just work great. Oh, he really wants Shaw to come at him. He says, come at me. You don't like it? That's too damn bad. I'm going to have to do it because he's trying to get people to really come at him. He really wants to smoke, sir. James Storm is working the indie circuit. Interesting. I don't know why he hasn't signed yet. Uh-oh, you got 3 Diglets now, like, how so? Yeah, Greg, tell him how so. All right, while he's working on that, Raw review. Let's get to the Raw review. I did tell y'all I was going to do a review on Raw. So, they opened it up the right way. Jey Uso, the world champ, coming out. Just me, Uso.
You're all wrong. The true GOAT is Mae Young. Call me when all the women today are in their 90s taking power bombs.
You know, I kind of want to just let this go because I wasn't expecting Mae Young to be randomly dropped in this conversation for a female GOAT in WWE. Look, guys, let me go ahead and pause Super Chats for now. Y'all can keep donating. But, I'm going to go ahead and get to this review. And we'll come back to this debate later on. Because this is interesting. All right. So the show opens up with Jey Uso. And before he can get a word out, because he called out Logan Paul, Paul does come out, but not Logan. Paul Heyman comes out. Introduces himself. My name is Paul Heyman. And Jay's like, bitch, I know you. I used to work with you. Remember the bloodline? And he says, both Roman and Punk warned me about you. About how dangerous, Paulie dangerous he is. Heyman says, nobody warned him about his best friend CM Punk, who put him in a position where he was 100% absolutely guaranteed to be sabotaged. He gets drowned out by CM Punk chants. He says they chant because they don't know what it's like, what is in the dark heart of Punk, and again complains about being in an unwinnable position. And moving on to Roman Reigns, about how Roman Reigns used him as a footstool, left him after he lost the title at WrestleMania. He got treated like dog shit by the New Bloodline, Solo and his crew. And then when he came back for the Ula Fala. And he was the one that found a stray big dog, and turned him into the tribal chief. He's not the one who blew the world title by getting beat by Cody Rhodes and being distracted by Seth Rollins. He disappeared and left him. He's the liar. Not me. Me, Paul Heyman. I'm the victim. He's the liar. And he just crashes out. Complete crash out. Love the energy. Love the story that he's telling. Sees himself as the hero. Sees himself as the good guy. And he tells Jey Uso, screw you. Says screw to the fans. Just tells everybody to screw off. And then Jay's like, okay, what's that got to do with me, though? And Paul's like, oh yeah. So, what that's got to do with you, Jay, is that you don't hold the power. You just hold the title. And until you beat Seth Rollins, until you conquer the Dangerous Alliance, because I can't find a better name for them, you don't hold the power here. And he says, Seth Rollins wants to fight you for that title. And he'll let you choose when you lose it. And then Jey Uso said, you can fight me tonight. And if you don't like it, I got 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. And then it was on. And I said, oh no, he's defending the belt against Seth Rollins. Listen, when this was announced, I got scared. There was a side of me that's like, oh my God, they're not going to have Jey lose the belt, are they? Are they? Because it's Seth Rollins. Logan Paul has to come out and screw him, right? Right? No. Okay. I guess he's losing. I actually thought that he was going to lose the belt. Like, real talk, I was scared. Like, I was terrified just a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. That he was going to lose the belt. Now, we know he didn't, but I can't be the only one that was like, they wouldn't have Jey drop the belt like 2 weeks after he won it before Backlash, would he? So, we go backstage. We see Paul Heyman talking to Seth Rollins. We find out that it was all a part of Seth Rollins' plan to get a world title match tonight. He is the architect. He's always 10 steps ahead of the pack. JD McDonagh took on Penta. Penta beat him with nope, not a Canadian destroyer, a Mexican destroyer. Thank God. That's been one of my biggest pet peeves about that move. That it never finishes matches. I'm happy he won a match with the Mexican destroyer, the flip pile driver. I love it. You had interference from the Judgment Day, but it didn't matter because they're losers. They can't get the job done unless Dom is there. I'm just saying. Grayson Waller, by the way, we did get interference from Mr. Gable, who tried to distract Penta, but it didn't work. Okay, Grayson Waller is chatting with Adam Pearce, and apparently Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are still a thing. Okay, and then he says, I got you a match. And he goes out there, and he had to fight Sheamus. Okay, so when is Austin Theory and Grayson Waller going to break up? Because clearly, at this point, Austin just looks bad. He just looks like an idiot the more he stays with Grayson Waller. Because Grayson Waller is clearly treating him like dog shit on purpose. But Sheamus came back, gave him the bro kick. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? SummerSlam, Dominic Mysterio and Sheamus. Right? I think that's the time. That's the time to do it. I think Sheamus wins the IC title. Or if he doesn't win it at SummerSlam, he should win it by WrestleMania next year. Sheamus has got to win the IC title. Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. WrestleMania at the latest. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for Sheamus to get that Grand Slam and go into the Hall of Fame. I can't be the only ones who feels that way. But yeah, Austin Theory got his ass kicked. I feel so bad for Austin Theory. All the talent in the world, some of the best in-ring performances, some of the best in-ring moves that I've seen anyone do. It's just sad to me. This is just how I feel about it. That he doesn't have any kind of charisma. Like, holy shit, is he dry. Grayson Waller at least has a hint of charisma. A hint. And he's also good inside the ring. Austin ain't got no kind of charisma. None. At all. But he's awesome inside the ring. He would probably be great in AEW. Honestly. Watch him go there after he eventually gets. Chad Gable talks to the New Day next week. America will be taking on the War Raiders. War! Next week. Becky Lynch, the man, is seen walking out to the ring. And what preceded was literally the best promo I've seen Lyra Valkyria cut so far. Becky Lynch comes out in all her full manliness. She takes issue with being told she sucks because the crowd's booing her. And she says she's the victim here and complains that she hasn't been thanked for taking out the garbage. Bayley, she called her garbage. And she is garbage. Now, I think Bayley is sweet. I think Bayley is literally, in my personal opinion, one of the greatest female wrestlers out there. But she hasn't been booked like so. And so Becky is, trying to say, I took out the garbage. Yeah, I attacked Bayley, took her out, but guess what? Y'all cheered for me. Did y'all not? Say you didn't. Becky's like, say you didn't. Say you didn't. Say you didn't cheer for me. Yeah. And the moment I turned to Lyra, and I didn't want to say I'm the bad guy. And then she says Lyra Valkyria is recycling. Not necessarily trash, but also something that should be put out with the garbage. And then Lyra came out, and I cringed. I'm like, oh God, they gave her a microphone again. Oh no, here we go. And then Lyra starts talking. She says Lynch is the queen of recycling the same tired old act for years. And I went, that's actually a good line. Keep going. Go on. One of those go on. She says, but that's fine. She doesn't care. She just has a problem with Becky acting like she has anything to do with her success, Lyra's success. She wants to drive the fact that Lynch didn't make her into... Hold on, let me read this. She wants to drive the fact that Lynch didn't make her into her skull. What? Who wrote this? That wasn't written very well. Okay. Let me skip that part. Something about putting her foot in her ass. How about that? Lyra says Becky went on holiday and everyone got better. And she made history of her own. And says she defended her IC title more times than days Becky has shown up to work. I said, Lyra. Now, who fed you that line? Because I know you didn't come up with that yourself. But that was a fire-ass line. There's a side of me that thinks Becky gave her that line. But I don't care. That was a fire-ass line by Lyra. I was like, okay, you cooking. You cooking. What else you got? Lyra says she's grateful she broke glass ceilings. Becky broke glass ceilings. But she left the glass on the floor and never had any intention of bringing anyone else up with her. Oh my goodness. Lyra doubles down on her title as what makes her distinct and says as long as she's got it, she hopes Becky likes second place. Lyra was cooking. And then she said, let's see, let me name you first. Let me see. You were the first women's champ on SmackDown. You were in the first main event on WrestleMania. You were the first IC. No, you weren't the first IC title. I was the first IC champ, and you can't take credit for that. And Becky got upset and tried to get a cheap shot, and they brawled. Now, the brawl was alright. I liked the brawl last week. That one was better. This one, you could tell they were kind of scrambling a little bit. But I gotta say, I was blown away. I was blown away by how good Lyra was on the microphone tonight. I did not expect her to be that good. I was halfway expecting her to suck when she came out with the microphone. I'm like, oh God, why'd you give it to her? But then she was giving Becky those zingers, and the crowd was popping. Becky was getting that heat. I was pleasantly surprised. Now, we all agree that Lyra has to lose the belt, right? Right? I know. You're like, oh, why does Lyra have to lose the belt? She just got... Lyra's, 22, 23 years old? She'll be okay. She can lose the belt and win it back. Probably by, I don't know, Survivor Series, Rumble, WrestleMania. I think it's time for her to lose the belt. Let Becky win it. So then Becky and Bayley can carry the summer. You already know Becky and Bayley is about to feed families. You got the premise of the feud. Becky stole Bayley's WrestleMania. She stole everything she's worked for because she's selfish and she sees Bayley as a threat. And you know there's all this material that they can work into their feud. Oh, it's gonna feed families. And you already know Bayley is itching to have a feud like this, because you know she's been lacking it. So I know the moment they give Bayley that microphone, she is going to eat. Pause, but you know what I mean. She's going to devour. Pause. She is going to eviscerate? That works. It's going to eviscerate Becky. Yeah, let's go with eviscerate. It's going to be nice. Lyra will be fine. Don't worry about Lyra. Okay, she a big girl. I hope so. Speaking of big girl, Roxanne Perez. Woo! Roxanne Perez versus Iyo Sky. Very good match. It helps that they're both the same size, so they didn't really have to worry about any miscommunication or getting anything wrong. And I think what made this work so well was the pacing. They both can work that fast-paced style. And Roxanne's a great seller. So I enjoyed the match. Of course, Iyo Sky will have to win because she's the champ and she wins by roll-up. Roxanne goes to shake her hand. Iyo shakes her hand. Roxanne goes to leave, and I'm like, where's Julia? There she is. Julia attacks her, and Roxanne Perez and Julia are a thing now. They're a tag team, and they're heels. And yeah, they're a thing. I don't know how I feel about it. Can I be honest? I'm not feeling it. Not saying it can't work. I'm not saying you don't have to, that you have to hate it, all right? I prefer them to just be singles competitors. Them as a team feels off. Because it's like, they're from NXT, see? Whatevs. I'm just not feeling it. Not saying that they don't work on the main roster, but them as a team doesn't. That's just me. So let me go ahead and take a quick break and read this super chat before I go on to the next segment. Return of the man. It is return of the man. Come on, return of the man. Oh my God, you know that I'll be back. Here I go. Uh-oh, did you say a cuss word? He said NXT Black and Gold got ass kicked by Rhea. E.L. Gunther was all on those Triple H, just pushes his lower loser Black Gold. Boy, what is you saying? Okay, NXT Black and Gold got ass kicked by AEW. Rhea, E.L. Gunther was all on those Triple H, just pushes his loser Black and Gold that got their licked by AEW. What was licked? What was licked?
Lyra losing the belt may have to disagree, homeboy.
I'm very curious to know why you disagree, A&B Combos. Is this A? This is A. Why you disagree, homeboy? I want to know why, homeboy. But yes, I do think it's gonna be Becky and Bayley that carry that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know if that was English or not. I'm not too sure what language that was. Does anybody know what language he was speaking? Alright, let's keep going with the actual review here. Where was I? Otis Dojovic taking on Rusev Machka. So Rusev had his debut return match on Raw, and it was exactly what you thought it would be. A massacre. He literally obliterated Otis. Otis got like 10 seconds of offense, and then Rusev just kicked his ass. And then he beat him with the accolade. Now, he's gone back to doing Rusev, I think it's Rusev Machka. I don't know how I feel about him doing that. I wish he would just go back to Rusev Crush. Rusev Crush! Either that or go back to Game Over. Game Over! Like, both of those were a lot more catchy than what he's doing now. Which is Rusev Machka? Whatever. I don't know. You let me know what he's doing. But he made Otis tap out. And then Akira Tozawa Akira Tozawa's scrawny ass got inside the ring. He's like, "What you gonna do?" Look, Pipsqueak. I'm gonna need you to back off. Tiny Tim. Tink Tink. Little Tink, back off, buddy. Rusev was like, okay, you know what? Okay. Yeah, ooh, I'm scared. Ooh. Rusev's like, ooh, I'm scared. And then he just walked away. Tink turned his back. Oh, Tink, why'd you do that? Rusev literally bolted back in there, beat both their asses, because he's Rusev. And there you go. Rusev destroyed Alpha Academy because they're jobbers. Pat McAfee had a promo with Gunther, and the promo was good. Gunther essentially told Pat McAfee that by the grace of God, by my grace, you will be okay tonight. But there is nothing, not even God, that will protect you when I get my arm around your scrawny throat and I choke your bitch ass out. He didn't say that part, but that's what I heard in his voice. I heard him say, "I'm gonna choke your bitch ass out." That's essentially it. The line of the entire promo is our boy Pat McAfee's telling Gunther, "You've gone soft." Yeah, he said it. He said, "Can I do it?" Because I haven't done it in a while. I missed him, so we're gonna do it. Say the words if you know it. My name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing? And then he said, "Gunther, there's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for ya. S-A-W-F-T. Salt." God, that felt good. That felt good. How you doing? I love it. Oh, one more. And this right here, this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall. I miss Enzo and Cass. If AEW hires Enzo and teams him up with Cass, that's going to be the best thing they've done since they actually became a company. That tag team will blow the fizzle up. I know y'all miss Enzo and Cass. I miss them too. All right, is the main event next? Let me see. AJ Styles is backstage telling Dom that he wants to fight for the IC title, and then Dom's like, "Hey Finn, handle my lightweight." Finn's like, "Bitch, I ain't your side fine." And then he agreed to handle his lightweight. He's gonna lose next week though. All right, main event. Okay, main event was Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins. I thought this match was awesome. I thought this was a great main event. To all the haters saying that Jey Uso can't wrestle, that he can't have a great match, this just proved you wrong. He had an excellent match with Seth Rollins. I thought these two had very good chemistry. I thought it felt like a PLE main event. The drama of him potentially losing the title, because we all thought he would. I can't be the only one that thought he would. You had freaking Breaker out there get involved. And I was worried when Breaker first interfered, or first tried to interfere, and Seth hit that Falcon Arrow, right? And then went for the curb stomp. I said, "Ah, shit." And then 1, 2, Jay kicked out. I said, "Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank God Almighty." And then Sami Zayn got in there. He beat up Braun. Seth tried to save him. Jay hits him with a spear. First off, I love the counter to the first spear. I love the pedigree counter to the spear. It's awesome. But the second spear he hit, then he hits the Uso splash. I thought that was over. 1, 2, Seth Rollins kicked out. I said, "Ah, fuck. That ain't good. That ain't good." And then Braun Breaker got up, speared the fuck out of Sammy. Jey Uso goes to check on Sammy. I said, "What you doing? Why you doing that? Why you doing that?" And long and behold, Braun Breaker spears Sammy. Now, You should have been in the live chat while this was going on. A and B combos was like, ah, shit. I can see the look in B's eyes, and I can see A seething. They were about to lose it. They were about to get furious. I can sense it. I was about to say that's it. When Braun speared Jay and then he tossed him inside the ring, and then Seth Rollins goes for the curb stomp, I said, well, yeah, that's going to be it. And then, for the love of God Almighty, CM Punk came out, and he just ruined the entire thing with a steel chair and just whooped all their asses. The referee ran, no contest, no bell rung. I love that. And so the match ends in a no contest. Jey Uso is saved because he was going to be screwed out of that title if CM Punk didn't come out. So, not only was the match awesome, we have a DQ finish that made sense. Guys, when was the last time we had a DQ finish that made sense? And it was awesome. This was awesome. I loved this main event. I loved it. You set up Punk, Sammy, I'm assuming the Dangerous Alliance at Backlash, and then Jey Uso escapes, and it was okay. Like, he doesn't look weak. CM Punk saved him because it was going to be a screw job. Now, Logan Paul does come out and knock out Jey Uso to set up their match for Backlash, but overall, I thought that main event was excellent. I loved it. See, when you book them in situations to succeed, these men can get over. And I think so far, they're doing great things with Jey Uso. Now, if he's fighting Logan Paul at Backlash, awesome. That means he'll retain the title. If he fights Logan Paul at SummerSlam, forget about it. Logan's winning the belt. So I'm hoping Jey fights Logan Paul at Backlash and then he whoops his ass. Please. Pretty please. But yeah, I thought Raw was really good. I look, we can sit here all day and talk about SmackDown, the latest of SmackDown not being all that great, because I agree wholeheartedly. But Raw has been cooking, and so for that, thumbs up for me. If I was to give it a grade B score, 8 out of 10, solid 8 out of 10. What grade would you give it? What score would you give it? Let me know.
Can't beat Rusev on Rusev DAY.
Y'all made the chatbot sing. Rusev DAY. That's funny. Yo, Greg Fuller, you want the smoke some more? Do you still want the smoke? Alright, what we got here? Yeah, A&B Convo said they were prepared to riot. I would have loved to have seen the riot. I'm just saying. Deontay Belladonza. I don't think the match is happening. You don't think Paul and Jay is happening? I would think they are. We're gonna find out. So Greg, y'all ran Greg out? Y'all didn't rag Greg out. Y'all didn't ran Greg out. That boy said he wanted the smoke and said, deuces. Y'all were getting really upset. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all were getting furious. Like, straight up mad with Greg. That was funny, though. Juan Lopez. Hey, Mufasa, your parents did you more of injustice than I ever could by naming you after the Lion King. Mustafa. Because he called him Mufasa. That's funny. Okay, Dawsey Cham gives the show 8 tangerines out of 10. So 8 out of 10. 3 out of 5 from Ken Maynard. 8.5 out of 10 by Trey Liccardo. Oh, wow. That's a really good score. What else y'all got? Joseph Winters gives it an 8 out of 10. JJ Bulldog gives it an 8 out of 10. Trey Licado says, he says, I was about to roast him. Although I wonder if his mom took his phone. Yo, Trey, why you say that to Greg? AB Combo says, between the two of us, Raw was a solid 8. We agree. So AB Combos. So let me challenge A and B Combos here. So you don't think Becky's taking the title this Saturday? Is it that you don't think she'll take it, or do you think she shouldn't take it? Because I did see your stream, and I did hear Becky B say that it wouldn't be fair for Becky to just come back in and take a title. She hasn't earned it. You know, it kind of sucks that Lyra did all this work just for her to drop the belt to someone like a Becky Lynch. But my thing is, if it plays into the story, if it helps advance the story, and if that storyline ends up making that title more prestigious, wouldn't it be better overall to just give Becky Lynch the belt? You see what I'm saying? Like, I get what you guys are saying and where you're coming from. I'm saying that it would probably be best for everyone involved, if Becky wins the belt. Lyra can always get it back. She's apparently not 23, she's 28. Don't know why I thought she was 23, but who knows. Kim says, it's Maynard. Oh, not Maynard, but Maynard. Like, nerd. I'm playing with you. Nerd! No. Maynard. Gotcha. Good to have you here, Ken Maynard. Is it Maynard or Maynard? Like actual May. It's gonna be May. Maynard. Oh, I love this. Okay, hold up. This is Ace speaking. It doesn't feel like that's what's going to happen. I hear you, but there's a new energy for Lyra, and I think Bayley costs Becky the match. She could. I'm not disagreeing with that. You could be right. Objectively speaking, that could definitely be a reality. I believe that we're going to have Becky win. That's what I think. Shadow Star. Man, AEW has a lot of departures this year. Your thoughts on the Righteous leaving? The Righteous are leaving? Really? Well, they can go join the Wyatt family when they come to WWE. That's my thoughts. Originally, the Righteous was supposed to come and work with Bray Wyatt. Originally. But they got signed by AEW. A&B combos. We can still get Becky, Bayley, but the title doesn't have to be involved. It doesn't need the title. I agree with that. Here's the thing. Becky and Bayley doesn't need the title, but the title needs Becky and Bayley. See what I'm getting at? But I get it. Like, Lyra's doing a great job so far with the belt. She's coming into her own. It hasn't been like the greatest run, but you can tell she's growing with the belt. And you can tell that she really wants to be champ, and you can tell that she's really taking this seriously. You know what? Fine. I get what you're saying. I just believe Becky Bayley would work better as the IC champ. As the IC feud. Becky would work better as the IC champ in a feud with Bayley. There we go. But can Bayley give us NXT Bayley for her feud? We'll see. We'll see how that works. We'll definitely see how that works. Eddie Lamb Music says, I appreciate Lyra and Becky's feud and not bringing in some stereotypical Irish gimmicky no DQ match. That'd be a Vince McMahon thing. Thank God. Oh, that would have been so stupid. Deontay Belladonza says, Hugger Bayley? Why not? We can get a little bit of that Hugger Bayley in here. If they weren't invested in Lyra, they would have had her drop the belt by now. Honestly, like, there's a point to that because Dakota Kai, to me, I felt should have won that belt. For sure. Dakota Kai, to me, was like the rightful owner. And the fact that they kept it on Lyra this long makes me think that they've got to think there's something good about her. So, we'll see. Maybe they'll have Becky lose because Bayley interfered, and I'm cool with that. I just think Becky's winning it. That's my prediction. Most people were invested in Dakota than Lyra. Yeah. Like when Dakota got released, I read this report. Apparently, she already has offers for multiple companies. She can't sign anything until her 90-day is up, which will be in August. But yeah, Lyra, AEW better pick her up immediately. Tony Khan, Tony, if you are listening to me, sign her. Sign her now. No! He better sign her. I would be furious if Tony doesn't sign her. Out his damn mind. I love Naomi's parallel personality with Owen and Nation of Domination, but we're tired of being treated badly after being too nice for too long. Yeah, both were tired of being treated badly after being nice too long. I agree. Devon Deadly too. Lyra got spark. She got spark. Interesting way of determining her. Maybe TNA will sign who? Dakota? Does anybody want to work with TNA right now besides Tessa Blanchard? Stephen Harris. Sami Zayn helped out to begin with, but it wasn't enough until CM Punk showed up swinging a chair. Swinging a chair. SD Kai says TNA wants her. Okay, I'm pretty sure AEW wants her too. Do I think WWE is getting Mariah May? I don't think Myra's... Okay. Do I think Myra May... Let me just say this right. Myra May. Who's that? Mariah May is leaving AEW. There isn't much for her to do, honestly. After that feud with Toni Storm, that feels like that should be the end of her. She already won the women's championship. She already had a run. What else is she gonna do? What else is there for her to do in AEW? So, yes, maybe. If she comes to WWE, that would be great. Do you throw her on the main roster, or do you put her on NXT? That's the question. I think she would be great. But here's the thing, like, if Mariah May shows up on SmackDown, which is where she'll go, will she be able to compete with Charlotte Flair and or Tiffany Stratton? Very curious to know how she'll fit in with the roster. But yeah, more than likely she'll come to WWE. Alright, y'all, thank y'all so much for making me a part of your day. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Don't know if I'm going live for SmackDown this week, because we got, of course, Backlash on Saturday, so there's no reason to review SmackDown. But we'll see. I'll probably go live for something. Maybe I'll go live for AEW. Do another live stream reading mean comments. But we'll see. Thank y'all so much for making me a part of your day. As you file out, do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. Love you all. 3 Diglets, you the man. NB Combos, you're amazing. 98% of the time, Deontay Villadonza, Eddie Lamb Music, and of course, Greg Fuller. Thank you all so much for your donations, and of course, I hope you all know I'm grateful to have you in my life. So, have a good night. I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world. The place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out. When you're when you're